Yeah, great.
Yeah.
It's tricky because like how I hear this question or sharing mainly is, it couldn't be better. Just because everybody wants to get around the phase of dissolution, or when we once had a conversation, this phase of the ashes. And the ashes are the ashes. And it's not phoenix, and it's not, wow, this is my mission, this is myself. It's just, I'm a mess. I'm everything. And most of all, I'm nothing. And not getting around that is something so courageous. And I think something, if we want to escape from that, we always stay somewhere on the surface. So I would encourage him and me and everybody else to keep going. Like this is the best direction, where every direction ended and every direction does not have any meaning. This fundamental disappointment, I was building the biggest mission still on something so cheap because I was running from nothingness, from emptiness, from senselessness. And then the tricky thing is not fading with this so important experience in my, let's say, in my mind, even though I don't like to differentiate between embodiment and mind, because I think the mind is the body. However, in my mind, there is this kind of vastness and fog, and I have no idea where to go, if anything is a mistake or good or improve something or what's going on. And at the same time, staying brutally physical. Because if we don't do that, we can get caught up in depression or in like psychic patterns. And this brutally physical thing is, for example, working a lot with rage, working a lot with a foam roller, a lot with strong physical sensations on my skin, and really going into muscle pain. I mean, if nothing else works because you are so exhausted, I would even go to a very strong, painful sport massage. But as long as you can somehow push yourself, go, because you are not motivated, go into physical workout, go into your legs, go into your arms. Because otherwise we do not experience the purity of the fog that is important. What we experience somehow, even in order to escape the fog, the kind of collapse, the kind of shutdown. And that's the opposite. It doesn't get us anywhere.
Yes.
So I think that's super important. And in that case, I mean, we might come up to the question, but getting alive, becoming alive more and more is so often something of doing it out of pure obsession and desperation instead of motivation. Like if you are in the fog, you fucking don't want to move, so fucking move. There is something of, I'm not discussing with myself, not here. Something really, yeah, being almost a soldier against myself in order to, yeah.
Because if at that point we kind of stop, we collapse and we get stuck in a depression easily.
Exactly. Because the fog is somehow in the collective everywhere, but it is in the collective everywhere as burnout, depression, and resignation.
Yes.
So we are not allowed to underestimate the collective impact on us. Like we are not allowed, we can do whatever we want. But when somebody manages on his way through to aliveness, the way into the fog, I would like to just keep going, but never, never, never stop. And there is something where the poles of surrender and fierce movement cooperate and need each other and are one and the same. And you need both of them. If your life is just stagnation, get out of there. The fog might be enlightening. It doesn't help you anywhere because you end up in depression. So that, and yeah, I think the collective fields where so many nervous systems are trapped and somehow should stay trapped when we come to the terms of the system, which is not a bad one, but a traumatized one. I think it's super, super helpful to also have like a community like you have, or we have with these men at the moment, who are just like, wow, okay, let's get angry tomorrow, 7 a.m. all together with you. But you will get angry and we will give you a phone call after that you did that. So something of no discussion.
Yes.